Hi, I'm Ashley from thefilthytruth.com, and today I want to talk about reading books in order to improve your writing. I know when I got started writing, I actually started writing back in high school, at least writing fiction. It was kind of just a sort of a whim, and I was reading a lot of books, and I felt like I could write better than some of the authors I was reading, which was a very egotistical thing to think, but it challenged me to start writing and start getting my ideas out there. And now that I'm in a master's program for writing, I found, books have become great resources for me. So I just want to share a few books that have helped me along the way that might help you. So the first book is called Writing Down the Bones, Freeing the Writer Within, and it's by Natalie Goldberg. Now, this book is sort of the more spiritual side of writing, kind of tapping into your inner writer and becoming more comfortable writing about your surroundings or just getting in the practice of writing in general. And she has a bunch of exercises in here that are very interesting to me, especially with like word association and things like that. And it kind of goes through her journey of being a better writer. So I would definitely check this out. It's called Writing Down the Bones, and actually this is Natalie Goldberg's first novel. Well, not novel, first book, I should say. But it's been out for over almost 20 years now, and it's sold over 1 million copies. So I think she's on to something. Okay, so the next book is Immediate Fiction. Let me see that, by Jerry Cleaver. Now, Jerry Cleaver is actually based in Chicago, and he runs the Writer's Loft, which you can find at thewritersloft.com. And I'm going to do a post about that pretty soon, just as far as posting about different programs or writers' workshops that you can go to and, get some feedback on your writing. But this book is actually, I went to one of his workshops, and he usually has the first one is free, but then after that you have to pay. So, but at the first workshop, he does give you a copy of his book, and I think it's great because it is kind of a complete writing course. He definitely goes through different writing exercises. Like at the end of every chapter is kind of an ongoing writing exercise, and it helps you to build on your story and build on characters. And it also has a section on self-editing and coaching, time management, and how to get your work published. So if you're looking for a kind of a complete guide from just idea to publishing, this will definitely be a great book to get. It's called Immediate Fiction by Jerry Cleaver. Now, since I'm mostly into fiction writing, as you can tell on my selections, the next book I'm going to recommend is The Fire in Fiction: Passion, Purpose, and Technique to Make Your Novel Great by Donald Mass. Now, this book is it goes in depth with the story. It really breaks it down bit by bit and helps you to focus on making your story a great story. There's so many books that have a great story, but the writing is terrible. Like, for instance, Twilight. I'm a huge Twilight fan, but I have to say that the plot is great for the most part, but the actual writing it leaves a bit to be desired. Although it's supposed to be for a young adult audience, I understand that, but it leaves a bit to be desired. So at least with The Fire in Fiction, it definitely will help you cultivate your story and to make sure that you're on the right track as far as kind of getting your readers interested in what you're doing, and just making sure that you're keeping them interested. So let's see. And the next book, which is basically a fail-safe for a writer of any genre, it would be The Elements of Style by Strunk and White. I don't know who this Calvin person is, but I know it's usually Strunk and White. But Elements of Style is basically focused on grammar and usage and syntax and things like that. So just basic elements of writing. This can be used for nonfiction, it can be used for fiction, it can be used for poetry or whatever, however you want to do it. But I think it's a great book to have as a reference piece. You know, many people don't really just sit down and say, oh, I'm going to read the Elements of Style. Like, most writers really just don't do that. They don't do that. No, and if they do, it's weird if they actually do that. But it's a good reference piece. I think every writer should have it. Even if you're not a professional writer, I think you should have it because, you know, communication through writing is key, even if through email or, you know, just different things. You never know when you're going to need to use writing. So I'll definitely have this on my shelf. If you are a blogger, it's not necessary, but if you're just starting out in blogging, you're not quite sure on where to go, the Yahoo Style Guide is great. I actually used it for my digital publishing class, and although I knew a lot of the things in the book already, it's good to have them in a book format, kind of a resource. And it gives a good overview of what it's like to write online and what you need to look out for, and as far as helping you build a brand if that's what you want to do. So I definitely think that this would be a great book to have just in case, especially with the more digital side of writing. And last but certainly not least, you need a notebook. You definitely need to have a little handy dandy notebook just to keep in your bag, just in case you get a bright idea out of the top of your head. Now, this is one of my mini Moleskine notebooks. It's little, and you know, it has a little pocket in the back and all that good stuff. But I definitely think that every writer should have some notebook that they keep on them. You never know when the idea is going to strike you. You never know when inspiration is going to strike you. And it just helps to get in the practice of writing something down every day. So, with all that being said, I'm going to include links in my blog post, and just in case you want to pick up these books for yourself. I mostly purchased them through Amazon, and no, Amazon did not pay me to say that. I'm just telling you where I got them from. But yeah, definitely check out the books, and I guess that's it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.